Can we see the actual face of Jesus? It is a stunning idea made possible by a team of graphic artists working on the Shroud of Turin, which is, of course, believed by millions to be the actual burial cloth of Jesus Christ. A new documentary, The Real Face of Jesus, airing on the History Channel, shows the cutting-edge technology bringing these extraordinary results. And Dan Harris is here. You got an early look.
Yeah, it's a really interesting documentary. Good morning to you. The artists and the scientists in this documentary say they are performing a different kind of resurrection on Jesus, a technological and visual resurrection. They have made what they say is the most realistic 3D portrait of a face that has been hidden for centuries. But we should say that their work is bound to be controversial. It's an extraordinary quest to know the unknowable, to use cutting-edge technology to solve a mystery 2,000 years old. What did Jesus Christ really look like?
There's a long tradition in Christian theology and Christian history of seeking the face of Christ, of wanting to know what he was like as a man. Because the incarnation, God becoming man, is the great story of Christianity. We don't believe in an idea. We believe in a man.
The starting point? The burial linen known as the Shroud of Turin, the cloth millions believe was wrapped around the body of Jesus.
If you want to recreate the face of Jesus, and you want to get the actual face of Jesus, you have only one object, and that's the shroud. It's the only object that can actually purport to be the actual image of Jesus with any kind of credibility whatsoever.
The bloodstains on the shroud indicate that whoever was wrapped in the cloth was crucified, and for the faithful, there is more.
There is a wound in the side, which is, if you look at the biblical tradition, that is where Jesus was lanced on the cross. It would be in about that place.
The body itself is covered with scourge marks from a Roman flagrum, approximately 120 of them.
The back image shows remarkably very clear a pattern of bloodstains all over the top of the head, the back of the head, from the crown of thorns.
To pull an actual facial image from a piece of fabric hundreds, if not thousands of years old, takes an extraordinary set of modern skills. It's kind of like CSI meets the New Testament.
One of the difficulties of the shroud image in general is that, first of all, it's a very, very subtle image. It's so subtle that to the naked eye, you got to get about 10 feet away from it before you can even really kind of discern what the specifics of it are.
Nobody has done a CG version of Jesus based on the Shroud of Turin. And I'm starting to see why.
For 6 months, a team of graphic artists used the most state-of-the-art technology available.
I think the solution to it is to realize that the shroud wasn't hanging on a wall, that it was wrapping a corpse. That's the crux of the problem. The face is hidden in there.
One of the keys to their work was realizing there were distortions in the image caused by the fabric being wrapped around the body.
By imitating those distortions, we could take the shroud image and put it back into that shape and figure out what the face looked like. It gave us a blueprint.
Once the blueprint is formed, the information is used by the computer artist to start the recreation.
Inevitably, you do get to a point where you run out of information. You cannot see the pores in a linen fabric. There's no eyebrows in the shroud. But it doesn't take a lot of guesswork to assign pores and skin textures to a model, to know that the man did have eyebrows, and to provide them. So at some point, you do have to leave the realm of actual information and use experience.
It's impossible to know for sure how accurate the results are. In the end, it may be a matter of faith.
I've got a lot of information about that face, and my estimation is I think we're pretty darn close to what this man looked like.
Of course, we cannot show you the final product. You have to watch the documentary on the History Channel for that. We should point out, though, that the Shroud of Turin, which the artist used to create that face, is controversial. Many experts believe it's a fake, a forgery, and therefore a useless artifact from which to recreate Jesus' face. Nonetheless, many others still believe in the shroud, and for them, this documentary, the face in this documentary, may well be very deeply moving.
And you say you were surprised by it.
I was. Okay. Very interesting.
Well, the rest of us have to watch tonight. The Real Face of Jesus premieres tonight on the History Channel. Thanks, Dan, very much.